What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It's the 27th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $1.91 with roughly 7 hours, 50 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about this here. So, as we're moving down from our recent highs, our most recent highs of $2.41 to our most relative lows of $1.81, it's a hell of a drop in a very short amount of time. We made the move up a lot faster, but still, it's a very big drop in a very short amount of time for an asset of XRP's market cap valuation. The whole time we moved down, volume was decreasing, depleting, and typically, that's a good sign. Typically, if you're moving down and volume is increasing, that's not a good sign. If you're moving down and volume is decreasing, that is a good sign, right? Typically, not always, but typically. And it's not that simple, but it can be that simple. Daily time frame, looking at this here, I'm assuming that we are at the low. I'm assuming that we don't go lower, that this is a higher low from this low, that this is a higher low from, oh, maybe not, maybe we don't include the low from October 10th, but still a higher low nonetheless, and that we're finding support in this area. We look at the RSI, we can see that we're at the same levels here that we've been every time that we found relative areas of support. Sometimes we go a little bit lower, but oftentimes, and I mean really not just over the past couple months, but really since this bull market began, even back like way back here, all throughout this area right here, we find support. I'll just put a line there so we can see. Do we find support at this line every time? No. There's plenty of instances where we go below. We found support right there, though, right? We went a little bit below it here. We found support right at it here, and then we went below it, but we still bounced in this area nonetheless. Here, we're getting a little bit more of a bounce than what we saw here whenever it was a false bounce, right? You can see here, this is a little bit of a false bounce. Here, we're getting a pretty pronounced bounce. This is a good look. Right? This looks just like this did right here, right? And we went all the way up. We didn't go all the way up to the overbought zone, but still a relative low nonetheless in a downtrend. Found support just above it here, right at it there, just above it both times there, just below it, just above it, right there, right at it. It's pretty perfect for the most part, with the exception of a few that go a little bit below there. You take that line out of context, or if you take that line out of the equation and you put another line into the equation, we also have higher lows building since October 10th, effectively, at that same area. So I think that we are at a low point. I think that we are at a point in which we will start to recover and come up from. I do believe that's the low, and that the next target from here, more or less, whether we move in a straight line like we did here, or we dilly-dally our way up there, our next area of interest is going to be somewhere around $2.70 to $2.90. Something probably that gets above this high, but doesn't get too far above these closing lows here. I doubt that we even get above 285, but probably something above 270, something below 290 is what's coming our way. And again, maybe it is one fell swoop. We've seen it before. XRP is not afraid of moving like that. It does it even in the small moves, especially in the big moves. But you can also work your way up there, dilly-dally. It can take some time. We'll see. If XRP moves the way that I think it will, it should be the middle of February that we're up in this area. End of February, maybe we consolidate. Beginning of March, we're consolidating, and then we're breaking out. Maybe, by the end of February, we're at new all-time highs. But I'm thinking it might be March that really starts to break us out into new all-time highs. We'll see. And March will be the really, really good month where we, for XRP at least, where we explore that $13 to $16 price target area. If you guys hear a baby crying, it's because there is a baby crying. She just woke up, and that's what babies do whenever they wake up. Let's see, XRP USD. Let's see here. From a high to a low, this overall Fibonacci retracement, and thus the extension of that retracement, of this range that we've been consolidating in, that we are on the precipice of breaking out of, will likely take us to about $13.56 right at this purple line, this 1414, the pink line there. I highly doubt that we stop at 837. I personally don't believe that there's too much other than this 1272 that really lines this area up for resistance. It also doesn't make sense to me that after consolidating in this range for as long as you have, that's the move that you're going to get. I would think you see something a little bit bigger. So something around 1356. Typically, you don't stop right at the 1414. Typically, what you do instead is you actually wick a little bit above it. So just above it there, maybe 16 bucks, 17 bucks, right? But I think that we should see this move happen by the end of Q1, if not maybe early Q2. We will likely not see new all-time highs until March itself, but I do think February will be a really good month. February is going to be the month where people start to come online, realizing that, oh, XRP is going to see new all-time highs, and then March will be the month that we realize that. Anyways, I don't really have anything else that I want to say. We haven't done a whole lot in the ways of TA today. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. A little bit of a triple bottom in the 4-hour RSI. The stochastics look good. The RSI is starting to look productive here. Somewhat bearish and neutral, but technically starting to look productive here. MACD looks like it wants to cross above the zero. I mean, you've got all the right things to get you to break out and move to the upside here. You just got to do it. That's all. Daily time frame looking good as well. I'm not going over the 1-hour time frame because we've basically been moving sideways for days. I highly doubt that it's going to give us any kind of help. Bullish divergence on the stochastics, bullish divergence on the MACD. Finding support at the same area where we typically find support on the RSI. Trying to push lower while getting less volume. I mean, all these things make me think we're going to be moving up. So that's the expectation. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And again, also, just a clear example here. Talk about this. I can't draw a straight line, but this lower high, lower low kind of trend. Out of all the moves that happened here, out of all these low points where you moved up, this one certainly stands out, right? This one is certainly different. And I think that difference will give us a different aftermath as well. We're not going to see lower lows. This high is not going to promote lower lows. It's promoting a higher low that's going to promote higher highs. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.